Hey, welcome back to World Entertainment, and quite frankly, I find this story funny because apparently James Gunn is pissed, and he's pissed at Deadline because they are reporting on possible casting for Maxima in Man of Tomorrow. Now, Maxima is basically royalty from a different world who at one stage was a love interest with Superman and stuff like that. Her character has changed from time to time, but there's a short list of who they are looking at to possibly play this character in Man of Tomorrow. And then the reason it's funny is because James Gunn kind of is freaking out, but he's trying to say there's nothing to it, but at the same time, there's clearly something to it. The one thing we've always said, and no, it's not that James Gunn lies, because yeah, he does. It's you always have to listen to what he doesn't say. So we're going to have a look at this. So, by the way, the one thing that will stand out quite obviously and noticeably is the fact that the three women that are being chosen to play this character supposedly are not redheads, and Maxima is a redhead. So, yeah, more erasing of the whole thing with redheads. And the funny thing is, Deadline apparently has hit back now as well. But we'll look at the other part first. So it says, as Man of Tomorrow gears up to begin shooting, filmmaker James Gunn is seemingly close to casting the Superman sequel's secondary antagonist, Maxima. Deadline is reporting that Marissa Abella, it says here, of Back to Black, but I think that's the Amy Winehouse thing. All I know her from is the fact that she's going to be in the new Highlander movie. Andrea Arjona, I can never pronounce her name, from Andor, and Ella Pennell are all set to begin testing this week, meaning a decision hasn't been made yet. Before you get your hopes up that this is secretly for Wonder Woman, the trade has confirmed that they're all being eyed to play Maxima. Created by Roger Stern and George Perez, she debuted in 1989's Action Comics number 645. Hailing from the planet Almerac, Maxima holds the royal title of Queen and initially came to Earth seeking a worthy mate. She targeted Superman for genetic compatibility to produce strong heirs, and later fought alongside the Justice League. As well as playing Amy Winehouse in Back to Black, Abella is best known for her work in HBO's Industry, don't know what that is. Next, she'll be seen in Amazon MGM's reboot of Highlander opposite Henry Cavill. Ajora, whom Gunn has acknowledged would be a great Wonder Woman, previously starred in Morbius and Hitman. However, her standout role is in the critically acclaimed Star Wars series Andor. As for Pernell, she counts TV shows like Yellow Jackets and Sweet Pea among her credits, but put herself on the map with Prime's Fallout. How did that second season do? Nobody talked about that second season, did they? It was like it came and went. It was crazy. I was actually watching The Burnt Peanut when I realised it was out, because he brought it up saying he was only starting to watch it. And I was like, did they drop the second season of that already? So Gunn, meanwhile, has chimed in to share his response to the news, and, well, he's not holding back, taking to trade to decry the report as shoddy and incorrect. The DC Studios co-CEO also described the story as bullshit, and adds, "I've been friends with Andrea a long time since I cast her in the Belko Experiment. I'm a fan of both Marissa and Ella, but I've never met either of them. Crazy." Now that's his response to the rumour that these three have been in the line to play Maxima. Remember what I said though. It's important to listen to what he doesn't say. So what did he say there? "I've been friends with Andrea." I'm probably butchering that poor girl's name. Saying a long time since he cast her. He's a fan of both Marissa and Ella, but I've never met either of them. And then he ended up by crazy. Yeah, except the story didn't say, and keep this in mind, it didn't say he's met with them and moving into the testing. The article from Deadline reports that Marissa, Adria and Ella are all set to begin testing this week. So that's where you really have to look at what James Gunn says and doesn't say. So he's trying to say their whole report is bullshit because he's never met them. Yet nowhere in the report does it say he's actually met them, only that they are about to test to possibly play Maxima. And then the update is Deadline has hit back at Gunn, writing, Deadline went through its normal editorial process in the news gathering for this story. After a review in light of new information regarding the actors involved, the story is currently being updated. So they're basically saying their insiders have given them the information, they've run with the information, that's what the information highlights, and they're going to update it as they see fit. It's funny because it's saying it's rare for the Hollywood trades, Deadline, Variety and The Wrap to share incorrect information, so we now await their response. Really? Are we really going down the line of Deadline, Variety and The Wrap have never gotten anything wrong? Their information is always solid. It's like, yeah, get out of here with that. It's just so funny that Gunn has now basically snapped with his whole kind of like, you're getting it all wrong, because we keep getting told this type of stuff and every time it ends up being correct. You know, we are getting told there's test screenings. He absolutely vigorously denied there was ever test screenings for Superman. And what then did he come out and say? Yeah, we had test screenings. He denied vigorously that there was going to be reshoots as a result of those test screenings. And then what did he confirm? Oh yeah, we're going to be doing test screenings. Not we're going to be doing reshoots because of the test screenings. So it's like the trades, you go with what you get, really. But with him, again, it's more important what he doesn't say as opposed to what he does say. So him saying, I've never met them, even though the articles are saying they're only about to begin testing, tells you everything you need to know. You don't need to meet them to call their agents and stuff out. We would like them to participate in test screenings if they're interested in the role. That doesn't involve you having to sit down and meet them face to face. So I just think it's hilarious that he's now starting to clearly snap. That it's obviously starting to get to him that if this type of information is coming out, he's obviously shitting himself saying, what other information are they getting right? Because don't forget, he was denying forever Brainiac. I never said Brainiac was the villain for Man of Tomorrow. What's it now? And what's it now? Brainiac is the villain of Man of Tomorrow. So yeah, you got to take everything he says with a grain of salt, but at the same time you got to take some of what the trades say with a grain of salt. But 3 people up possibly for the role of Maxima, none of them are a redhead. They're really interesting choices, I suppose, but we'll wait and see what actually comes of this, because at this stage I would say it's probably accurate that these 3 are in the run for it. Remember, he also denied that Millie Alcock ever went for a test screening and she ended up being Supergirl. So, yeah, we'll take it as we hear it. So, what do you guys think of all this? And do you think it finally has gotten to James Gunn that he's now starting to just break? Where he's starting to snap back saying all of this, stop reporting on our stuff? Let me know what you think. And with that, I shall leave it there for this one. So do like, share, subscribe and all that good stuff. Cheers. I'll catch you in the next one.